Welcome anyone to the Gaming Chamber Podcast, episode 54. I'm your host Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. It's our normal trio for this week. Devin.
What's up, loser?
JJ.
Sup.
Alright, I'm looking through and we have a pretty packed news week, or week of news. Some of it's small, but there's some stuff that's pretty, I don't know. I don't want to say big. Big could be like, maybe taken in like a good sense or whatever. There's some pretty fucked up shit, we'll say, in the gaming news sphere this week. But, yeah. I'm going to enjoy some of these talking points. Before we get into all that, though, Devin, what have you been playing this past week?
Just Doom Eternal. That is it.
Oh yeah.
I'm on chapter 10.
Wait,
not
Dark
Doom,
Ages?
no, Doom the Dark Age.
I was
Dark
like,
Age.
yeah.
Sorry.
I was like, he must be getting ready.
No. Yeah, Doom the Dark Ages. That's the only thing I've been playing.
The same here, yeah.
I'm on like chapter 10.
I
Oh,
think
nice.
I'm on like 13.
Yeah, I'm trying to like the levels that are like a little bit like
More
the
open-ended.
open worldish levels. I'm trying to like 100% them and stuff. I think in terms of collectibles, I'm not gonna like find all the gold and shit. One level I did end up finding all the gold, so I 100%ed it. But I want to try to get like, I don't know. I enjoy finding all the little toys and stuff and the codex entries. So
That's one issue I don't know. Are you like me, Devin? Where sometimes you'll be like, you know what, I just want to play through this game. I'm not gonna try and do it. Like try and look through stuff and blah blah blah. But then you start like, oh, I found a collectible here just by accident. Now like, okay, I'm gonna start looking. And then you find yourself starting to actually explore levels and stuff like that.
sometimes, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Games like what was that? South of Midnight. That just, like I was like, I'm not gonna.
No, the thing is,
I wasn't really.
I did that with South of Midnight a bit too. I was like, I'm just gonna play through the game because I just want to do it for the review on the channel and everything. But I started to explore a little bit more, like seeing what I could find. By the end, I had stopped because I just didn't enjoy the game. But yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm enjoying Doom Dark Ages. It's really good. It's fun doing like I mean, there's only been the one episode, or not episode, but one level where you are in the fucking giant mech thing, and that
You're
was
like
fucking
one or
sweet.
two levels away from the next one.
From another one.
Yeah.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
I think it might be the next one. If you're on 10 or just finished 10, I think it's 11. Where that
I think I'm just on 10.
I think level 11 is another mech level.
Alright, cool.
JJ, what about you? How your past week?
So I finished Oblivion Remastered. I got all the achievements finally.
Wow, way behind. We're already on Doom the Dark Ages, man. Come on.
I know, seriously. I was like,
I don't
need
think
to
I
hurry
got a
the
single
fuck
achievement in
up.
Oblivion.
Wait, you don't have any achievements in Oblivion?
I don't think so. Or maybe one. I don't know.
I mean, she got one for the sewer.
Oh yeah, I got that one then.
Yeah, I got everything. I had to I almost fucked myself an achievement because it's on Shivering Isles. You had to choose one faction. And you can only do it one time, and I didn't know. And thank God I looked it up a little bit. So I
it's like when you get to the
reloaded
point.
my save.
Yeah, you have to get to the point where he asks you, like, hey, okay, so you're about to make your choice. Remember, you can't go back. Before you actually make your choice, you save right there. You make a save, and then go ahead and, yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky and had a quick save before that. So I was like, oh, thank God. But yeah, I started playing Doom Dark Ages last night. I'm gonna try to rush and beat that and finally play fucking Expedition 33 before we play some fucking Elden Ring.
You know, I've decided I'm not going to play Clair Obscure. I was like, you know, I want to play it because everyone's been talking about it, but yeah, you know, I just I started playing Doom: The Dark Ages last Monday, Monday, and you know, I'm playing through it, and I'm just like, okay, once I beat it, probably within the next couple days, I'm probably just gonna play some, because I downloaded on my computer like the older Doom games because I could get new achievements from them. So I was like, you know what? Let me play through some of those older. I kind of want to play Doom 3 actually, because I've never actually finished that game. I played, I want to say maybe an hour on the original release back in 2004. I want to say on the original Xbox. Yeah, I think it was 2004.
I like Doom 3.
No, I liked it when I was playing it. I liked it because it's, you know, I mean, I like those types of games. You know, older Resident Evil where, you know, or I mean, I didn't finish it either, but like Dead Space, those types of games where it's like it's clearly it wants to be scarier or whatever. And Doom 3 was like, no, we're gonna make a scary game.
My favorite mob was Pinky. That was my favorite ones.
Pinky.
That scared the shit out of me when I was younger. In that one.
But yeah, because what? It's the 30th of this month, right? That's when Night Rain comes out?
Yes. So the 29th, you know, if we download it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which reminds me, I still got to pre-order that game. I think it's like $55 for the deluxe edition.
Yeah. You get like an extra few classes and an emote you can get later in the game.
I might go for the $55 edition then.
Honestly, I was ready to pay $70 until I think I sent you guys like, shit, it's $40.
Yeah, I'm ready to pay $70. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was literally like, okay, I'll do $40. I mean, $70, whatever. And then once I saw the price,
hey, if it was $70, it's a steal, right?
Yeah, dude. I would pay $90, dude. Physical.
Oh my god, that's foreshadowing for a topic later on. No, yeah.
But I think I played a little bit of Fortnite, dude, as well. This but like, event.
You really think about it, this past like month and a half, or not past month and a half, but like these past like month and a half to a couple months we've been having and going to have, like we've had a lot of stuff to play, especially like if you're a Game Pass subscriber. As the kids say, we're eating good, right? That's how they say it?
I think so. I'm not a kid, so I don't know.
But yeah, no, we've, you know, with Oblivion Remastered, Clair Obscur, obviously Doom: The Dark Ages. We're going to have Night Rain coming out. Like, if I look at, like, if it would let me, like the recent releases that we've had, why can't I move this? Huh, for some reason it's not letting me move it. Like if you're looking at like recent releases, because yeah, then there was that just before the Oblivion Remastered, there was that one, what is it called, Dragon Wilds, that had come out not too long before that. You know, there's obviously, huh?
Yeah.
But like there's a bunch of like smaller games too, like Revenge of the Savage Planet, Midnight Walk, stuff like that. That have been coming out. And then like even right now I'm looking at what's coming out soon within the next couple weeks and all that stuff. You know, we're gonna get like a Gundam game. It's a racing game I see here. Onimusha 2, the remaster of that, remake or whatever. Blades of Fire. I think Wu Chang is coming out soon, right? Then yeah, Stellar Blade's coming out on PC soon. I can't find the Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Obscure just came out.
Yeah, well no, yeah, the Clair Obscur and all that stuff. Obviously, Elden Ring, Night Rain. Like this is just, you know, up until
then,
obviously, of course, then there's gonna be the Switch 2 in June.
Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. It's a little over 3 weeks. Is fucking no 2. Gee, like a little under than 2 weeks. Shit. Whatever.
Something like
I don't
that.
know. We're getting close, dude. It's crazy.
We got a lot. Like, I haven't even got to, like, obviously... Oh, Death Stranding 2 is in June? Like... I know this one probably is more, like, up Devin's alley. There's going to be that new RoboCop game. Didn't you like the...
Oh, yeah,
that,
brother.
Didn't you like that first one a lot? Or
yeah,
enough?
first one was really good.
Yeah, you know, and then obviously there's still like more towards the end of the year, like Mafia: The Old Country, Gears of War Reloaded, Metal Gear Solid 3, Borderlands 4. I don't know if this one's coming out still this year. Marathon. We'll talk about that later. You know, Directive 8020. I think that's the one by the guys who did Until Dawn, right? Directive 8020. I want to say that's the game. Ghosts of Yote. Yeah, dude, we got... This is a good year so far, like, of games.
Yeah, Metroid Prime 4. Damn, sick, bro.
Yeah. Much better than Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's much better than last year's game. Anytime you get a new console release, too, it's also exciting.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, man. I'm wondering what's going to end up getting Game of the Year. Oh, wait, what am I saying? We already know. Death Stranding 2 is going to win Game of the Year at the Keeleys. Like, come on.
The Keeley Awards?
Yeah, at the Keeley Awards. Like, dude, he put out that tweet like a couple weeks ago or something. I don't know if it was like an actual trailer. It might have just been like a teaser trailer or something. Or I don't know what it was for Death Stranding 2, but he was just... The way he was like blowing that... Metaphorically blowing that game in just like one screenshot. He's like, there's never been a game like this before. And it's just like, dude, relax, man. Fuck. He is... I mean, we've talked about his love for Hideo Kojima, the way he lets him fucking just hijack the Game Awards and everything. Oh, you want 20 minutes that's not really talk about this game, saying nothing about your new game? Okay, do it. I know that's Devin's favorite part of the Game Awards.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like, not like I'm looking forward to Death Stranding 2, but I will play it eventually. I mean, having played the first one a decent amount, I do need to finish it, but I'm pretty close to finishing it. Yeah. Should be good. I mean, like, it's not going to be my game of the year. I mean, no, Indiana. Well, I guess Indiana Jones still, because that came out right after the Game of the Year awards. That for me is still my game of the year. Is Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still trying to think.
Unfortunately for me, my game of the year so far is a re-release. So Oblivion. I know obviously it's a remake or a remaster or whatever, but there's nothing. Look, I'm enjoying Doom: The Dark Ages, and I see a bunch of people saying like, "Yeah, another Game of the Year contender" and all that stuff. But like, I wouldn't put this game in Game of the Year talks. As much as I'm enjoying it, I think there's too many flaws with it that are just like, it's a little slow. I don't think the open-ended levels. I don't think they work well enough with what Doom is and all that. I don't know. I understand that they've been trying to make the games more than what they were before and everything, but I don't know. I mean, again, I'm enjoying the Dark Ages, but I don't know if people should be wanting it. Or, I don't know. I'm not going to say to the individual who wants to say it's their game of the year so far. But that'll probably all change once Elden Ring comes out.
That definitely won't be my game of the year.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be really good. But
it'd be like it'd be fun. It's just like a little filler game.
Yeah, from what I played, I can tell that like obviously we're all three of us were gonna play it, and I can tell we're gonna enjoy it. But yeah, it's not gonna be.
I think it being just like not like a mainline. It's not like like oh it's got the story or whatever, but it kind of just being a roguelike. I think
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, we're not
Yeah,
even,
I mean, who knows?
yeah,
Who knows? It could end up being our game of the year, but yeah.
yeah, we're not even.
You know what? You know what? I'll say it. Mario Kart World.
I'm gonna enjoy Donkey Kong Bonanza more than I am Mario Kart World. I know that.
I feel like I was gonna say Donkey Kong might hit it because it's gonna be Nintendo, bro. Because like obviously our fucking thing was gonna be GTA, but not anymore. But I feel like it might just be a Nintendo game.
I mean, like, because Mario Odyssey definitely got Game of the Year love, and then I mean, Donkey Kong Bonanza looks to be
It's
in
literally
that same vein.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey, but fucking Donkey Kong. So I feel like it has to be Donkey Kong or like Metroid Prime, depends on how that goes.
I mean, everyone's saying Claire Obscure.
Claire Obscure I could see Claire Obscure being like one of the games being nominated.
Well, because I see a lot of like talk of like not even just like a Game of the Year candidate. Like people are like this should be considered like a one of the greatest games of all time kind of thing. I'm like Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I need to play it.
I
With the people that exit Ubisoft boys made this when they were bored, and then they just left to right. They're like, I want to make a new game and make this shit.
I'm probably gonna actually just download the game and try and play through it. Yeah, I'll try and play through it. I want to be informed on it.
Rush that game. I really want to rush Doom. I really want to rush Doom.
See, that's the thing too. The thing is, I want to rush through Doom, but
my bad.
That game is. I think the game might be padded out a little bit too much, as well. That might be another issue I have with it. But yeah, I don't know. All right, so you guys want to add anything else, or you want to move into the Last of Us talk?
I think you're just moving to Last of Us.
All right. I haven't actually seen this week's episode. My HBO Max, is it already been changed back, or is it still just Max?
I don't know if it's been changed
right
yet.
now. Yeah, I think it's still Max right now.
We'll get into that actually. I haven't seen this week's episode. My got lapsed, and I'll renew my subscription before I watch next week's episode. I just have not cared enough to want to renew it.
Just say you're for without saying you're for.
No. Look, man, this last week's episode, dude, like, as of right now, I just want to get your guys' thoughts. Overall, from what you've seen of the season, what we've gotten, what would you rate the season as a whole? Just from these first 5 episodes together. JJ, we'll start with you.
Probably like a 5 or a 6, probably.
What about you, Devin?
Probably like 5.5, 5.5.
I feel like I would give it 7. I mean, I know there's been weak episodes, but just episode 2 alone, it's like that was some pretty damn good television.
But I feel like it shouldn't just like one episode should gonna carry the whole thing. Like Halo had this ups and downs too. They had some badass fucking moments for some battles, but I don't dog shit.
He's got a point there.
That's the thing. Like maybe 5.5, just because it's like for what it is. Shitty writing, but like I don't know. It's just like Everett said, it is kind of getting more of a drag watching, and it's kind of being like a Halo show for me.
So
I
yeah,
just don't give a fuck anymore.
like for me,
we're almost over with this fucking series, so I guess I'll be done. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, for me so far, I think I'd give the season on the whole a fucking 3. And I know episode 2 was awesome, but it's 1 episode out of 5 so far. And even if I haven't seen this week's episode, but if this episode and Pedro Pascal's back in this episode, in this current episode that just happened this week or whatever, even if like that episode 6 is great, I don't have enough faith that episode 7, which is the season finale, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking, which is still fucking crazy to me. 7 episodes. That like, I just don't have enough faith that they're gonna be able to quote unquote stick the landing, especially too because like obviously I know where the story goes, and I'm already assuming that they're gonna the way the season end is going to basically be the halfway point of the game, which is where, you know, Jesse gets killed, you know, Abby finds them after, you know, Allie's killed all her other friends and everything, and then it cuts after the tense moment of Abby pointing a gun at Allie, which is what I'm thinking is how the season will end, with that same scene and everything. At least I'm hoping it ends that way. Shit, I don't know. Unless this seems there's still a lot to go for it to.
I feel like there's so much,
dude.
Before that
it ended day 2. We're at the end of day 2, like, and we're at end of the episode 5, like. I was to say, like, she fucking essentially kills Nora, like, or whatever, beats the shit out of her. Like, that's 1 down. You still got others to go, and we're 2 more episodes.
Yeah, which
left.
I didn't know that actress. She's like the main character for their next
Intergalactic.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I was like, that's the new one, right? The new
No, I knew. I already had known when like the season first started because they were talking about it, and like there was like this. I wanted to talk about it last week, but I said nah, fuck that. Like last week they had the whole story where like Neil Druckmann's like boot camping her to like deal with hate online for the Intergalactic game. Like basically say, hey, you're gonna deal with racists and bigots and shit. So this is how you deal with it. It's like, or maybe you might make a bad game and people are gonna call you out on it. But I hate that shit. Like Acolyte did that. Like anything with like a diverse lead, it's like, oh no, it has to be racist and bigotry. It's not that we made something that sucks. It's like this season of The Last of Us is getting that same bullshit. They're like, oh, it's getting review bombed because lesbians and people hate lesbians. Like, no, the season's getting review bombed, quote unquote. Like, no, people don't like this season because you turned Ellie into an idiot. She's not the same character that she was in the game. Like, if you didn't know the characters' names, Dina and Ellie, who would you think is the one that's actually pissed off and wants to kill everyone for Joel's death? It'd be Isabella Merced's character, right? The one who plays Dina. Doesn't
a hot girl?
The hot chick, I guess, if you want to say that, yes. The quote unquote more. I don't want to say that.
She's Dora the Explorer.
Oh yeah, Dora the Explorer.
Oh yeah, she is Dora the Explorer. But right, I'm not crazy in thinking this, right? It seems like she's more broken up about Joel's death throughout these past few episodes, right?
Because she does talk about how her mom and sister got fucking killed.
Yeah.
Like, with that when she wasn't there. So Ellie did that, so she has like a vendetta against like her first killing of the person. So she did like her own vengeance thing.
But
so that's just kind of seen invested a little bit. But
what you're saying doesn't make it
kind of weird.
Like it doesn't make it better. I guess it makes it worse.
No, I'm just saying like it's just like makes her. That's the reason why she's more upset because she feels. Yeah, but Ellie's is weird, bro.
Yeah, no, like Ellie, like in this past, episode 5. I understand that there's a love story that's going on, but why? Even in the game, their love story was there, but it was barely there. It was more focused on Ellie wanting revenge. And so for them to make that such a big focus of this season to like continue, like no, we gotta focus on their love story and them being together and this and that, and add in cringy ass dialogue like I'm gonna be a dad, or when like, oh, but you just go in and your first instinct is to shoot everyone. Don't get mad. It's one of the reasons I love you. And then Allie like, you love me? Like, why are we doing this? This isn't the show to be doing that kind of shit. This isn't the season to be doing that kind of shit. We're supposed to be focused on certain things that have not gotten a focus on. And the thing that sucks even more is like with this past episode, when Allie actually catches Nora and like chases her, they, you know, when they recreate the scene, you know, with the red lighting and everything, I actually very much enjoyed that scene. Because like I said, say what you want about Bella Ramsey, right? That's the name of the actress?
Yeah. That is correct.
Like, say what you want about her not looking the part, she still can act her ass off.
Which is stupid.
Yeah. She could still act her ass off. And I can see, like, I'm like, where is this? That, like, cold, dead stare that she has in her eyes as she's being told, you know, like, you know, he killed everyone, right? Blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I don't care. Like, I know what he did. That fucking cold stare that she has in her eyes. I'm like, where has this been for these past 3 fucking, like, not even like that the whole time, but it's like, I haven't felt that from her at all these past 3 episodes. Just barely, if anything. And I'm just like, it's pissing me off way too much. Because you see that it's there, and if they just focused on it more, if they just kept at it, like, it could have worked out. But it's like, and I think the thing that makes me more angry is that, like, Neil Druckmann has said, I think he said it in the first season, you know, those, like, I don't know if you guys watch them, but they do those, like, little after things, like, behind the scenes stuff for the episodes. I think Neil Druckmann said it for season 1 or whatever, that, like, he was fixing what he thought he messed up on in the story for the games or whatever in the show. So, like, you think focusing more on Allie and Dina's love story and making Allie an idiot is fixing the story of Last of Us Part 2? Like, yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like there's a lot more. I feel like a lot of action in the second one, dude. You're like killing these people, and it makes you feel bad when you're killing like the wolf people, because they're like, when you kill like a person, they're like, oh my gosh, Diana, why? Or something, like, you know, you feel the a little bit of sadness of killing that person because they're like, you just killed their fucking friend. It makes you like fucked up because you are doing these crazy things for this.
I was wondering if they were gonna like kill a dog, because like, I mean,
hey, they did that right.
That one dog was like barking, like when she was like trying to sneak back into the hospital. I was like, God damn, because like they do that, and like she kills like a lot of dogs.
She kills a bunch of dogs, yeah.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. It feels like it's like whatever.
And that's the problem. People are like, oh, if you play the video game, or like, I don't know. It's like the problem with like books and movies and stuff. It's like you have this pre-written character. It's like, unfortunately, if you do feel like you made mistakes with the character, it's kind of like, well, too bad. This is the character that we like. So please don't change it.
I feel like they made that because of how season 1 did so good that he could kind of see him go more changes to it. Because like, oh, everybody loved the first one. Fuck it, let's just do all these crazy changes in the second one.
I was talking about this with my brother. The thing that I have a bigger issue with him saying that like, oh, making changes to quote unquote fix the story, was that it did seem like he was on the right path the first couple episodes. Like, instead of having
it's season 1 he changed with forgetting Ron Swanson, that actor's name, that change. I mean, that worked. That was a really, like, you don't see really good Bill.
Episode.
Yeah. No, but like, even in this season, like some of the things where it's like, oh, we're not gonna have what's his name, Tommy there. so we'll have Dina there. But this gives us a chance to fix, like, instead of Joel just being like, oh yeah, hey, I'm Tommy, what's up, guys? Or I'm Joel, what's up, guys? Like, it's someone saying his name, and so it's not Joel being an idiot. Like, things like that, you know. And I actually even like, you know, some people are like, why wasn't Tommy there when it happened? I'm like, no, I actually kind of like that change better, that Tommy wasn't there when Joel dies, because you would think, I mean, he hasn't shown up in the you know, so far afterwards, after that third episode or whatever. But in my head, my thing is that they're going to make him like, I should have been there. If I was there, I could have saved him. I could have done something. You know, something like that. So that change works for me if they go that route. Now, if they don't go that route, then it's just stupid. But then to like now where like, you know, one of the changes now that's actually making me like, what was the point? Was the spores. Like, I don't understand why we have to add them in now when they didn't have them in the first season. And then, like, they played a major role in one of the quote-unquote, like, reveals in part 2. Because that's how Dina finds out that Ellie's immune, right? Is that, like, the...
Yeah, shit, gas mask broke.
Yeah. But obviously they did it differently in the show. But then, you know, we have the spores just added anyways. I guess so we could have the whole Nora scene. Like, it's like just add them in from the beginning. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me, but yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you could tell. This last episode really, I just did not enjoy it at all. Like, there was a couple scenes here and there, but man, I did not enjoy the episode. I mean,
yeah, like,
I don't know.
I think every time I watch it, I'm literally playing fucking RuneScape at the same time. So like, that's just, yeah. I don't really.
I mean, okay, so
getting by.
JJ, what would you rate this episode 5?
Probably like a 6 on this one.
What about you, Devin?
Yeah, I think 6 is fair.
Man, you guys are very, very, like, nice to the show.
Well, comparing it to Halo, so like
dude,
for
I'd give this
like,
fucking dude, episode 5, I'd give it a fucking 2.
Yeah, see, the thing is, though, at least Last of Us, they had a good season 1, and I'm like, I don't know, I have faith that they can turn it around, because, like, I think the reason it's like, I glimmer of hope, maybe they wanted a slower burn of Ellie's descent into being crazy, not like crazy, but like vengeful, and like this is the moment that like flips the switch. So, like, a show like Halo, they didn't do shit to earn my trust. Like, there'd be one scene in a whole season. Like, at least with Last of Us, there's a good whole season to like reflect upon and stuff. And one amazing episode this year.
So you know what? I think this is what you're saying. I think the reason it's like that is it's something that I've said before on previous podcasts. Like the Halo show, I don't think you really could have adapted Halo into a TV show. I think it should have been a movie. Like, because when you talk about the Halo story, what's the story? Oh, he fights aliens up until he discovers the Halo, or they discover the Halo, they fight the aliens on the Halo, learn to stop the Halo, blow up the Halo. Like, it could get...
John Wick style, bro. Just John Wick fucking Halo.
Literally, yeah. And so if it was
money.
condensed into like an hour and 45, 2 hours, movie, I don't think we would have had any issue. But to translate that into a show, you have to add in much more. There's not a lot of meat on them bones. You know?
They had him in straight up
they also
a side story of a fucking Halo, bro. Well, like an ODST story, bro. Like,
yeah, they also could have adapted more of the actual video game instead of trying to just make it their own shit, too.
And then, when it comes to Last of Us, I've said it before, like, the first game has a great story. And so adapting that story, it worked. Because that was pretty much meant to be adapted. But part 2 had a very terrible story. or like a half good story and a half terrible story, however you want to put it. So now you have to adapt that, but you're making changes and you're making terrible changes. So you're making something that was already not great to begin with and making it worse. Like you saying that, Devin, that you have faith that like, oh, it's just a slow burn or whatever. I have absolutely no faith because I've seen what Neil Druckmann does when he has the reins all on his own to make a story. Like if you look at the things that I talked about this last week. If you looked at the things that Neil Druckmann has worked on, where he's wrote the story, like he wrote the story for Uncharted 4, but he actually just really finished out the story that what's her fucking name? I don't remember her name, but she did the first 3 Uncharted games. And then for Last of Us Part 1, he didn't write all the story. It was mainly Bruce Straley, I want to say the guy's name is. He's the one who really wrote the first game's story. It wasn't until Part 2 where it was him. And like, that's all him. So you notice, you know, and it's not just me, like it is like a more online thing. Like everyone loves Uncharted 3, kind of likes Uncharted 4. Everyone loves Last of Us Part 1 almost universally, but Last of Us Part 2 is the more divided.
They killed their boy.
Yeah, I don't know. Neil Druckmann's... I think he was okay with season 1 because it was such a good story that even if he made changes, it was going to be fine. And he has what's his name? I forgot that guy's name. The other showrunner. I think he did like.
The guy that did the Chernobyl?
Huh?
The guy that did the Chernobyl show?
Yeah, he did the Chernobyl show. I don't remember the guy's name.
Yeah, that was fucking amazing. Like, that's why I had very good confidence of Last of Us
Yeah.
being really good.
Yeah, no, I think he was there to like help Neil Druckmann write. So any changes that were made with his help. But I don't even think that him, you know, as good as he was with like, you know, yeah, like that show Chernobyl. I think he did like what is it called? The Leftovers or something like that? I don't remember what it was called. It was some like show about people, what is that biblical event called where people get sent to heaven out of nowhere? The Rapture. I think it's about the Rapture or some shit. And that's had some high praise too. Like the guy knows what he's doing. But I think Last of Us Part 2's story is so bad that like even him, he can't, you know. And then Neil Druckmann wants to make changes because it's still his thing or whatever. Like he's ruining what was already. He's putting more shit onto something that was already shit.
Because like the changes on The Last of Us season 1, like adding that whole love story and like.
But
crazy,
see, that's not even really a change.
It wasn't even that bad because it was like.
No, but that's not really a change.
Added it, and it was good for the good part of the thing, and it was a really good episode. You know, it wasn't crazy. It wasn't a major change. It was like, oh, just add this little bit. You're like, oh, okay, more in-depth story about him, whatever. Because again, we never really fucking knew too much about him anyway.
The only change they made is that like they don't actually speak with the character, but I think that was more to streamline. Like, oh, he left Joel he left Joel the car and all that stuff. The only thing that it did is it added more backstory to him and his lover, which was already in the game.
Bullshit. Yeah. You can bullshit all the other little details in there to extend like some crazy fucking love story. You know, for like, you know, how it is. When this one, it's just changing too much. A lot, like you said, like Ellie's now like a fucking idiot. Now it's like I don't think she was in the game. You know,
yeah,
it's kind of a big
she was
change now.
It's like I said, it's that one line that really shows, like. That they're like, oh, Dina's the smart one, Ellie's the idiot, which is an unnecessary change. When Dina says like, yeah, that's what you do. Your first instinct is to shoot first. Like, but like, it's throughout the whole, like when Jesse fucking rescues them, and he says like, oh yeah, I found the, what do you call it, good triangulations, and Ellie says something like, yeah, that wasn't me or whatever. And Jesse's like, yeah, I didn't think that was you. Like, she's an idiot. Like she's supposed to be the muscle, I guess, and Dina's the brains, but that was never the case in the game. Ellie was, as smart, I guess, as the player, but she was never portrayed as like this dumb muscle jock person that they're basically portraying her as in the show now. And it's pissing me off. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep reiterating that this show is pissing me off now, and it's not good. It's just not good now. It just isn't. And one episode, like, I don't know, you guys are being very kind with, like, a 7 and a 5.5 or whatever for the season. One episode cannot, I just don't think that one episode can really bring it that high. But, I don't know.
He also didn't think other game companies were going to charge more for games, so.
I don't know. I feel like it is. I think IGN's giving on this stuff too. Like also like 5 and 6 too.
Well, they gave the season
I think IGN
6.
And they gave this last episode, I think.
Like an 8. Like the newest one. Right? Yeah, I just saw it on. I think it was like 8. So I'm like, oh shit. Maybe I'll see it because especially with the ending of this episode, had fucking Joel in it. So probably gonna be a flashback. I wouldn't doubt it's I wonder if it's a flashback with like doing the fucking space shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
From the previews, it's that. It's a flashback to that. Which, to me, I'm like, they probably shouldn't be doing that at all. Like, maybe a couple, like, it seems like that's going to be the major focus of the episode. I haven't...
there goes episode 6.
Yeah, exactly. So now, what do you have for episode 7?
That's why I'm like, I don't think the season's not going to end with the church standoff. There's no way. You'd have to cut out so much of the game for that to happen.
Unless Ellie gets like a fucking quad kill or some shit with a bullet or something, but Jesus fuck, dude. Hell no. We haven't seen Abby, dude, in a while. Like, fuck.
Well, yeah, I assume we're not going to see her till episode
season
7.
3. Or episode 7.
Yeah,
and then she's going to be the focus. She's going to be the focal point of season 3. Like, I'm calling it now. They are going to speed run that shit and end the season with that standoff, and season 3 is going to be basically just going backwards in time to like now we're seeing shit from Abby's point of view. They're going to do it. They're going to do it. And they're going to cut so much out of the game to get to that point because Neil Druckmann is an idiot who does not know what the fuck he's doing.
So you're saying like on season 3 it's gonna be Abby's like point of view, but like they kill like her other friend, like not Nora, but like the next one, and then you see it through her perspective, and
it's basically gonna play out from the way the game did it. Like
that's fucking lame, bro. I want to see Ellie actually fucking go ape shit, bro. That's the point of the better part of the fucking game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I just it's. When Devin's saying like, oh, the whole slow burn, like that sounds like he has some faith in like that they'll do something. I just have absolutely no faith, and that's how I think they're gonna do it because they have not shown in this season. They have not shown that like they know what the fuck to do to try and improve the story, which sucks because like it's not like as much as I thought Part 2's story was bad. I didn't think it was so bad that you couldn't have like fixed it with some changes, But when you're making those changes, make those changes work. Don't add like, oh, we're going to focus on the love story between Dina and Ellie. That's not why people wanted to watch this show. It wasn't about a love story at all. And it's not like, I know that they want to be like, oh, because they're lesbians, that's why. No, if it had been like between Ellie and Jesse, it'd have been the same thing. Because like, that's not what we're watching this. We're watching this because we want to see Ellie, like you said, go ape shit. Because she wants to have revenge for Joel's death. And we have not seen that. It seems like, Devin said it last week or whatever, like it's lighthearted, but it is a little too lighthearted. It seems like it's just two buddies going on a grand adventure, and that's not what this should have been. It should not have felt like that at all. And that's what it feels like. I don't know. I just...
Everybody, that's some foo-foo lame shit, bro. Foo-foo lame shit.
Yeah, this season has just been. It got so high in episode 2, and I was like, you know what, maybe they're gonna be able to do it. And then like like we've talked about, like IGN, like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the time when it comes to like, not even half the time, more than half the time when it comes to reviewing stuff. So it's just like, you know what, IGN didn't thought the season was a 6. That means the season's probably actually good. And then I was even more in like, fuck, this season looks like it's actually gonna be pretty good because of episode 1 was pretty good. Episode 2 was awesome. And then, I mean, episode 3 wasn't that great, but like I also expected it to be like, a little bit, not a little bit, but like I didn't expect it to be such a high compared to episode 2, but like it just has gone downhill so fast after episode, like halfway through episode 3, like it's just gone downhill so quickly. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna just keep reiterating. Man, we have talked about this for way too much, I think.
Hey, you won't shut up.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move into the fucking news because we don't have all night. You know what? Let's start with this one actually, since we already talked about The Last of Us. This is the reason I wanted to add it in, because we were going to talk about The Last of Us. So, and we mentioned it already too. Max is changing its name back to HBO Max. It's happening this summer, it said. Right here.
Good.
I just want to add this in because I don't understand why they even had changed it from the beginning.
I think they're trying to be like Peacock, like be fancy with the name. Because like Peacock is obviously NBC.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to be cute with it. Is my only thing.
Yeah, I don't understand what. Yeah, because it went through what? Well, because there was what? It was HBO Go, HBO Now, right? But that was more like if you had a subscription through your, provider or whatever. And then it was HBO. Wait, was it HBO Now and then HBO Go? I don't remember. Then yeah, HBO Max, HBO Max. I don't know. It's all. It's funny. I just wanted to add it in because I think it's hilarious that they would do this. Like, they should have stayed with it from the beginning.
I never stopped calling it HBO Max. Like, I would always be like, oh, it's on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I never...
I felt like you're trying hard when you said Max. Like, oh, it's on Max. I'm like, okay, bro. It's just weird. It just felt weird.
Well, if they're going back and... Hopefully they don't do the... Didn't they, like, make it a whole new app when they changed it to Max, too? Hopefully they don't do that.
Well, no, they only changed the app when it... Well, they changed it when it's HBO Max. Because HBO Go and HBO Max were separate. Because, HBO Go was, like, if you just bought the standalone, and then HBO, like, Max was with if you had, like, a regular HBO subscription through, like, DirecTV. But then they changed it. Then they combined it and just made HBO Max, and then they switched to Max, and now they're going back to HBO Max.
It's all fucking confusing. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, I don't know. Welcome back, HBO Max. All right.
Like you never left.
Yeah. All right. So, I think you put it in the Discord chat, Devin, or maybe you, JJ. I don't know. This Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra game is being delayed out of 2025 into early 2026. Like I said in the chat, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even remember the game existed. But for anyone who was looking forward to it,
I mean, it sounds interesting. I mean, Captain America, Black Panther. I mean, if it gets good reviews, it's a game. Like, I never want a game to be bad. Like, I hope every game that comes out is a fucking 10 out of 10, like, fucking banger. But it doesn't work that way. Like, I love, like, because there's cool concepts for games, and, like, you just hope they're good, but then they're not always good, and it sucks. But, so, I hope it's good. I don't know. But I mean, I know it's not gonna be like obviously the same, but the last like Marvel game that I played was the Guardians of the Galaxy game, and that's definitely one of the more underrated games that's out there. Like I feel like a lot of people didn't play it because of the Avengers game that came out, and it's nothing like it, and it's actually good. So
Yeah. JJ, were you looking forward to the game?
Not really. Like Devin's like I don't know. Like to be honest, I don't know. I wasn't. I didn't. That's probably one of the games I would have gone under, like my radar.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't even remember the game, but yeah. Hey, we got another game next year, and you know, next year's shaping up to have some pretty good releases as well. So. All right.
some bangers.
Huh?
Some bangers.
Some bangers, yeah. Speaking of games coming out this year, there's rumor now actually that Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to have a next-gen update for Series X and S and PS5 alongside a new version for the Nintendo Switch 2. How you guys feeling about that?
I mean, I don't know. I played Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, it does drag at a certain point. Like, it does have a really good story. But I don't know if I don't think I need to play it again, to be honest.
I've never
it's
actually
cool.
finished
Like,
it. So if they do, and
yeah.
it's 60 frames, I'll play it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If they do a next-gen update and it's like 60 frames, I'll be like, I don't know. I'll be like, okay, then why the fuck why is the next game that you're coming out with not 60 frames? That's stupid.
It
Like,
doesn't matter. You're gonna buy
GTA. Yeah.
It's like-
I'll make Everett buy it, and then I'll just get it. Then I won't actually buy
Right.
it. But yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna come with the next gen update and it runs at 60 frames, like, I don't know. And you're already delaying GTA. I just don't see a reason why GTA 6 can't be at 60 frames. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute in my brain. Like, just make it make sense. Like, if you can make Red Dead 2 run at 60 frames, you can make GTA run at 60
It's an
frames.
older game. I just they didn't. I think with GTA, because they want to try and take full advantage of the current hardware. Like, you know, at the time, what, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out in
2018?
Yeah. I was like, I want to
Yeah.
say it came out, what the hell, survival game? It came out in 2018. You know, that's still the Xbox One PS4 generation. So it took full advantage of those consoles. I think it's just easier to make it 60 frames because it wasn't taking full advantage of current hardware. Whereas GTA 6 is supposed to be doing that. So like Series XS2 and PS6, they do a next gen update for GTA 6, will probably be 60 frames. That's just how it goes. Because they did the same thing with GTA 5. Like GTA 5 ran at 30 frames until we got like the next gen updates and all that stuff. So
says some foo lame shit right there.
JJ, you gonna play it or?
Fuck no. I'm not gonna
Okay.
download like 150 fucking gig
Yeah, it's a
game
big
again.
ass
I'm
fucking
tired of
game.
these games.
It's a big ass game.
Just like I think I restarted my fucking game, so I have to redo the whole fucking beginning of the game. So I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play for like over an hour just doing snow shit, bro.
Yeah, that is
Fucking
true.
Christ.
Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next thing then. They're shutting down Call of Duty Warzone mobile, not the full game.
Shame. What a shame.
So, Activision ending support for Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. There will be no new content and no more updates for the game going forward. Effective immediately, all in-game purchases are disabled. Server will remain online for anyone who still downloaded it. So, I thought the thing is for me, I thought this was supposed to be replacing just Call of Duty Mobile. Right?
I thought it was supposed. That's what I thought. I thought COD Mobile was supposed to be shut down, and then because they were gonna release Warzone, but I think COD Mobile is still like huge as shit. Because I still see constant updates, lots of fucking skins coming in the game for that. And usually the fucking like Thailand and all like that area right there, they play the fuck out of phone games. Like all your like MOBA phone games, fucking shooting PUBG pops the fuck off there. So they probably saw the market, and then nobody really plays Warzone because it's like if I'm gonna play Warzone, I'm playing the fucking console or computer. You know, like when I did play it, I was playing the original map Verdansk, but now since Verdansk is on the fucking main game, nobody gives a shit anymore. And the only way to really play it was to connect the controller. Like I think I said it before, like fucking streams ago last year. It was fucking easy as shit to kill people, bro. You could tell who had the fucking was playing on fucking mobile, and who had an Xbox controller or whatever. Because you could not do like nearly half the shit you can do with a controller on the fucking iPad, unless you have like fucking 3 hands or some shit. But still, like it's whatever. I got a few easy dubs or whatever, and then I just fucked off and never played again. It's when I just tried it, cool. I think what I liked about it though was if you had the battle pass, obviously on console, right? Like on Call of Duty when you're playing that one, you could still get stuff from Warzone Mobile. So that's another way to level up the battle pass and shit like that. But nobody cares anymore.
Don't worry, Devin. I already know you're like, okay, that's whatever.
Yeah, good riddance. See you later.
All right, let me see. I think we still have like a couple more smaller things before we get into the bigger things. All right, Microsoft is cutting 3% of its entire workforce. Like they're laying off 3% of its workforce. It's about 6,000 people that they're letting go. This is across all Microsoft, not just Xbox. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna, like that sucks. But
corporations being corporations.
Yeah, we talk about layoffs way too much on this podcast. I don't know. I think I just want to put this more in here because it's just a thing that happened. And
the easiest way for corporations to make money is to lay off people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lay off people or find people cheaper to do it, or AI.
Yeah.
That probably had something to do with it. Is the rise of AI? They're gonna, AI is gonna be able to take over a lot of stuff soon. So I keep saying,
certain little company doing some shit, which would be like you say with Taylor.
Yeah.
We'll be foreshadowing something right now.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. This should be, I think we have this, and then we'll get to the bigger stuff. So Sony is considering quote unquote passing on the price of tariffs to consumers in order to mitigate the impact on its bottom line. They also opened a manufacturing the PS5 in the United States. This is from an article on The Verge.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said,
that's what we called your brother, The Verge.
But like I said last week, right, or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was when we were talking about, 2 weeks ago with Microsoft, right, raising its prices. I said Sony's gonna be doing it too. Like, they're not some altruistic company that's like, don't worry, guys, we want it to stay, quote unquote, affordable for you guys. I mean, look, I didn't add this in, but I'll just into our little bullet points thing. But I'll add this with this too. Like, we should know by now that like Sony clearly doesn't care about trying to be cheaper. I mean, they've been like this for a long time. I remember $599. Because like even their former PlayStation exec Shuhei Yoshida recently said, this is from an article on Yahoo Tech. I don't know where he said it, but he said $70 or $80 games are a steal. As long as people choose carefully how they spend their money, I don't think they should be complaining. So, I mean, like, that's just Sony for you. Like, obviously, with PlayStation. They just, it's all about the almighty dollar, which obviously every company is, but, like, yeah. I mean, yeah. So
But
what,
Sony
you
does
think,
no wrong.
you
Sony
think they're
does
going to
no
do the same amount of price raising as Microsoft, basically $100 across the board kind of thing?
Probably.
Damn, bro. The fucking PS5 Pro's gonna be fucking 800 or some shit.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Never buying that piece of shit.
And you love tech. You say it all the time.
But yeah, I love tech, but I mean, like that.
But Devin's also smart, so.
Yeah, like that's not like. Well, I guess if they were like, oh, this game's PS5, like if they were like, oh, the next God of War is like only PS5 Pro, like, compatible or whatever, then I'd probably be like, yeah, okay, I'll probably buy it. But yeah, like the issue is like this console generation didn't need a refresh because, like, I mean, I know I just bitched about it with GTA coming out and not being at a certain frame rate, but I feel like this generation just.
But wait, isn't GTA not even going to be 60 frames even on the PS5 Pro? It's still going to be 30 frames, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's but
so not even taking
yeah,
advantage.
Exactly, because they probably don't want to waste time programming for it because I just don't think I mean, I know the PS5 still sells really well, but like I don't think the PS5 Pro itself sells really well.
Well, I mean, like, you know what it is? The thing is, I think too, even though obviously there's still big enough contingent online of like PlayStation fanboys that, you know, and obviously the PlayStation is still the more preferred console and stuff when it comes to like game websites and all that stuff. The thing is, I think like this generation has kind of shown, or not shown, but like people are starting to move more into the camp that like maybe PlayStation just isn't as worth it. Like there was this thing from Push Square. I think they did like a poll. Yeah, let me see if I can find the tweet. Yeah, there's a tweet right here. Like Push Square had a poll. Now, obviously it's a smaller website, but it's a PlayStation centric website, so that's why I think this, you know, means something at least. But they had like a poll asking, do people think that PS Plus Premium represents good value? And only 4% said yeah. Like, you know, I don't know how many people voted in this poll or whatever it was, but it's like 4% is still like not.
It's barely above milk.
Yeah. So, you know, if you know, you're seeing more people but like I've seen a bigger and bigger amount of people talking about how like, well, what is PlayStation giving us that we should be spending our money on them, you know? And then obviously there was still talk of like that the PlayStation 5 Pro was too expensive. People were still going to buy it. Didn't matter. But yeah, like it's been a thing, like a bigger growing sentiment among people about like PlayStation not delivering good value for the money. I mean, come on. Even though you're still going to get the PlayStation fanboys going for it, like that Last of Us Complete selling for as much as it is, and it's just the games. Like I even looked up on Steam if I were to like buy both games. I think it's like $100, or not $90 or something. It was like cheaper or something, and it's $100 right for that to get them both or something. It was, I don't know, it was stupid. I mean, when was the last time you guys even played on PlayStation?
been a while.
I mean, I know that, yeah, for us, like, we lean more toward the Xbox and everything, but it's just like, at the same time, we still are more neutral than well, I mean, than other people who would prefer Xbox. We're still more neutral because obviously we just want to play good games. I mean, shit, you and me, Devin, we're huge God of War guys.
They haven't had any like good exclusives come out like in a while, so I haven't had the urge.
Yeah.
Like, you know, get on there.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, JJ, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're probably sharing the same sentiment. Do they provide good value for how much they charge for everything and everything?
Nah.
To you?
Not me, no. PC Master Race all the way, bro.
That's the thing too. Like, I've kind of been growing more and more toward, like, you know, I gotta start trying to learn how to build computers and all that shit, so I could be more of a PC gamer. Because, yeah, man.
Well, step one, get money.
Well, I mean, any money I would spend, I could just spend on stuff for a PC instead of a console. If consoles are going to start costing me fucking an arm and a leg, I may as well spend that arm and a leg on a fucking... I don't need like a 5080 or some shit. I have a 4080. I think it's a 4080 on my computer, and it works just fine. It's a graphics card. Like, I've been playing Doom: The Dark Ages, and the game looks good on my computer. It's not like it looks like shit, you know.
Yeah. It's more just you're poor in general.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. All right, let's talk about Devin's favorite game developer, or face of gaming, according to Jeff Keighley. Hideo Kojima. It's two things. So he said that he's left a USB stick of game ideas for his company to use after he dies. That's one. But he also, I guess in the same interview or whatever it was, he also like talked about one of his game ideas. And this is just this is, I was about to say this is just weird, but this is Kojima. He proposed a forgetting game, quote unquote forgetting game, that the player would have to play through quickly. In this concept, the main character gradually forgets important information and abilities if you take too long a break from the game. So in a sense, like, if you stop playing for a week, the character could forget, like, oh shit, how am I supposed to do this? Things like that. And I'm just like, I already forget as it is. Like, I don't want my game characters, the main character of my game to be like, hey bro, I forgot how to parry, like, precisely. There was a way we do it in this game. Do you remember now? Because I don't remember. Or, just certain things where it's just like, fuck, I forgot how to do this. But yeah, the fact that he has, a USB stick full of game ideas, I'm just like, I kind of want to know what he's been like. I also I want to know, like, did he just like write it down on like a notepad thing or whatever it is, and then it's on the USB stick, or has he like put out like a small little thing, or developed something that's like, oh, here's the concept or something. I just want to know. Or is it like videos of him like recording himself? Okay, so in this game, this is what happens, and then he just put it on the USB stick, a video of him, different stuff. I don't know.
I am assuming it's like a video, maybe. And maybe, like, I would assume there's a video of him, like, chatting about the concept, and then maybe some concept art, if that's applicable.
Yeah, maybe that too.
Yeah, have him trying to explain fucking Death Stranding, like Death Stranding 1, before, like, he died. to so many real fucking people. Like, I don't know. People confused as fuck about that shit. Is that the further gaming game? Like, yeah, like I posted before. Like, dude, just play any JRPG for a good while, like a month, and don't play it for a year and come back. You have no fucking clue where you're at. Especially the older RPGs. Yeah, good luck. You just restart, bro. Just fucking restart. You know, like, and then with the whole thing, it's like, to imagine though, if that he does make a game where if you don't play like in a week or something, you start losing abilities, it hinders you on your gameplay. Guess what that means? Live action service games might implement that shit, bro, and it just sucks you in. Like, if you're playing Destiny, you lost some fucking shit, bro, and you can't do ability because you just stopped playing the game. Like, oh, but it's a game mechanic. Like,
I feel like the game mechanic that I need is like, if I don't come back, like if you realize I haven't come back, I haven't played this game in a month or two, give me like a refresher course on how to play this fucking game.
Hasn't people said that? Like, a game
Probably.
where, like, I've seen that online where people are like, how about a mechanic
haven't
in a
played
game
this,
where it's like,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, just
It's
tells me like, oh,
It's like, hey, dude, you
here's how
haven't played this game in a couple weeks. Here's how to play it. Yeah.
Maybe like have a tutorial thing, like, you know how like I think some games have it where you can just turn off the tutorial, like, or after like so many levels, like, you know, the first level you're playing, you just come up with tutorial still until like after a certain level it just stops because like, oh, you kind of obviously know how to play the game, or like
Yeah.
you can just turn those things back on again, like, oh, if you do this, you parry, or you know, you can do this or whatever. I don't feel like that's a bad thing, because I think they have like some stuff have like stories like, oh, this is what you missed the last time what you played, right? It's like, this is what you did last time. Just,
All right. Let's keep moving along. Let's stay in the. Actually, let's go ahead and keep staying in the PlayStation Dome. Jade Raymond of Haven Studios. Well, not anymore, actually. Jade Raymond has left PlayStation's Haven Studios. They're developing Fair Games, or are developing, I guess. But according to this Bloomberg article, that might not even be a thing. In the article, they spoke with some of the employees at Haven Studios. Quote, some developers at Haven were concerned about how the game was received and its progress, said the people, who asked not to be identified because they aren't authorized to speak publicly. And they're a little worried that the game is probably going to get canceled now. I don't remember. It was like a heist game, right? Like a live service heist game or something. I don't remember exactly what Fair Games was supposed to be. But, I mean, Jade Raymond was the head of Haven Studios, so... It seems like every time... I don't know. Do you guys remember the name Jade Raymond? Because she used to work for, like, Ubisoft and shit.
It doesn't ring a bell
Nope.
to me.
Well, yeah. Apart from, like... Because I think I want to say she worked on Assassin's Creed. Or, like, helped make Assassin's Creed. But other than that, like, every time she's been... Because she was part of... I want to say... EA Motive. And she left before they released the game. I think they've only released one game anyway. That one Star Wars game, I think.
Outlaws?
Yeah. Raymond announced... Yeah, I'm looking on her Wikipedia. In July 2015, Raymond announced that she had joined Electronic Arts and formed Motive Studio. Motive Studio... Fuck, what was the name of that game? Squadrons.
oh, that one, yeah,
Yeah.
the EA Squadrons.
But that came out after she left, I believe. It came out in 2020. Yeah, in 2018 she left Motive Studio. So, yeah. Then, yeah, she was like part of other stuff. But then, yeah, she joined PlayStation, made this Haven Studios. Now she's gone. And that's the thing. Like, Fair Games is supposed to be another live service game, and they're saying, there's people that are concerned that it's going to get canceled. Honestly, I think it's probably going to get canceled. Like, PlayStation hasn't been, they don't have the best track record right now, lately, in the past year or so, when it comes to their live service games.
These live service games suck.
They don't suck, but,
They suck.
No, there's some good live service games. It's just, you gotta put out something that everyone is gonna want. Not everyone, but like, you gotta put out something that's clearly gonna be a hit. You can't just like, oh, you know what? Like with Concord, when they made that game, or when that game came out, it was just like, okay, it's a hero shooter. But what made that game stand out? It looked like
we know why it stood out.
Huh?
We know why it stood out.
Other than that,
For the wrong reason.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so what made it stand out that was received positively? Because if you took that out, it kind of was just a generic, like, everyone said it kind of looked like an Overwatch. It just looked like an Overwatch clone. Like, you could say, people were calling Marvel Rivals an Overwatch clone. The thing is, it's still Marvel, and that helps it stand out. It's like, oh, it's got Spider-Man and Wolverine
over the characters.
Huh?
And you can goon on the characters.
Yeah, stuff like that or whatever. That's what helps it stand out over, other hero shooters. Is that, like, it's not just, oh, it just, looks like an Overwatch clone. No, it is a hero shooter, but it's, hey, you could play Marvel characters. Stuff like that. Even, like, we'll talk about it later, but, like, with Bungie and their Marathon game, people are talking about, like, oh, it's just an extraction shooter. It's an extraction shooter. But the thing is, like, it well, fuck, when we talk about
Extract these nuts.
When we talk about it, like, the thing that had going, you know what? We'll talk about that later.
Your nuts?
Yes, my nuts. But yeah, live service can work. Fair Games, like I said, I think it was supposed to be more of a heist thing. I think that could have worked, but man, I don't know if it's even going to come out now.
So GTA heist.
I mean, was
There's a Payday heist?
Oh, Payday. What's that one that Microsoft is being developed by Avalanche Studios? I wish I could remember. There's like another. They're doing like a heist game as well. Is it Avalanche Studios? There's two. Like, there's two Avalanche. There's Avalanche Software and Avalanche Studios. I think Avalanche Software is the one I'm thinking of. That's making. Or maybe not. No, Avalanche Software were the ones who did Hogwarts Legacy.
The ones that did Just Cause? Who did Just Cause? Wasn't that Avalanche?
Yeah, that's Avalanche Studios that did Just Cause. Because there's Avalanche Software and Avalanche Studios. Avalanche Studios is the one that I'm thinking of that did Just Cause and that Rage 2 game. And Mad Max.
Just Cause, The Hunter, Call of the Wild, damn. Ravenbound, Call of the
Contraband.
Wild.
That's the game. That's supposed to be like a heist shooter game too. Contraband. One of those types of games.
They did all the Just Cause. And Mad Max.
Yeah, they did Mad Max. Contraband is the game I was thinking of, but yeah. I don't know. What do you guys, just before we move on, what do you guys think? What do you think the chances that Fair Games even comes out now?
Slim to none.
Yeah. They cooked, man. They're cooked.
About as likely as Zack Snyder's franchise getting picked up for all 6 movies.
Didn't they already announce that? Yeah.
Oh, that fucking weird one?
The Rebel Moon franchise is officially dead.
I know that's why. Like the guy said, like unless someone else, like he's like unless it's like an act of God and stuff saves it. So that's what I'm saying. Like unless there's an act of God that saves. Yeah, like I just don't see it happening.
I love Zack Snyder movies, but he's got to stop. He's got to stop writing. He needs to get someone to, like, do the story for, like, you know, he's like, hey, look, okay, this is my idea. So this, and that. Can you write me a story? Yeah, don't worry. I'll write something that actually works. Because I've said this before. Like, I've talked about this recently, even with my brother. Like, Zack Snyder, I think, as a director, is top-notch. But when it comes to actually just directing, when you give him free reign to like do everything when it comes to like the story and stuff, that's where it kind of falls apart. Because like look at the movies that would be more like that are more well received from him. You have the Dawn of the Dead remake, which was written by James Gunn. You have the 300 movie, which he didn't really change much. You have Watchmen, which he didn't really change much. Stuff like that. It's when it's like, oh, he has more creative control over the story. That's where people don't like what he does. Like with like Sucker Punch, Justice League, Batman v Superman, stuff like that. But yeah, obviously Rebel Moon wasn't received well, but
yeah, I never watched either of them.
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one. It's, I mean, you know, it's not great. It's not bad, but
if you have to talk like that, then
yeah, it's because it's not bad, but like I don't want to say it's good either. It's mediocre. Like it's again, he got full control over to like do everything. Zack Snyder's not good with making story. Like if somebody else wrote the story or somebody wrote the story for him and he was like, "Cool, I'll just direct it." I think Rebel Moon could have been the next great like franchise in science fiction like that. Cuz there's something there. But you're not going to get that when you have Zack Snyder doing everything. He's better for like there was that Zombie Army movie that he made. That's better for him. It's just like, oh, here's a dumb action movie about these people going to go do a heist in a zombie apocalypse. Like it's a stupid like thing that's like doesn't need to have a great story. It just needs to have a story that gets you from point A to point B so you can see zombie action. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. We got like one or two more things before that marathon crap. All right, this one's gonna be quick. AbleGamers. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of AbleGamers. It was like an organization for, you know, obviously people who are like disabled that play games and stuff. It's a non-profit or whatever. They're just, yeah, it's just to be a voice for disabled gamers or whatever. Like right now they're having a scandal where basically management and all that were fostering abuse, mismanaged funds, and stuff like that. And they were not protecting employees, things like that. Basically your normal, like, oh yeah, it was a quote-unquote toxic environment. Now, here's the thing. I know that you guys probably don't have a lot to say on this because, I don't know, have you guys heard of AbleGamers?
Not until 3 seconds ago.
Okay. I think I've already heard about him, but it's one of those.
The reason I bring this up is because, like, I mean, we've had this more and more. You know, like there was that whole Ubisoft stuff, some EA stuff, things like. I think Microsoft and PlayStation have had their share. You don't hear about this really from the Japanese studios, or Japanese publishers too. But the reason I bring this up is this. It is that thing of like where you see. It's starting to become a little bit too much of a thing now where, oh, this like company or organization that's supposed to be doing good has a lot of fucking skeletons in their closet that end up coming out at some point. So and specifically with this one, it's for gamers. Obviously, none of us are disabled or whatever, unless you guys are missing hands that I don't know about. But I just think that
I have a third leg.
Oh my god, I wouldn't call that a disability, but all right.
I know. I thought
Or
we were
maybe-
talking about.
Or maybe it is a disability because no, we're not going to get into it. Yeah,
No,
I
I mean, yeah, it's good that these organizations, like, all joking aside about my huge wiener. No, it's, I mean, like, yeah, you have these places that, like, it's a good concept to have, like, and it should be helping out these people who want to play games, whether it's because of a mental thing, where they have a mental disability, or if they're missing a hand or arm and like they want to play. That's why Microsoft and Sony both have the
those controllers.
I forget like the adaptive controller, like the exact name they have for it, but it's cool they have those things. And it sucks that shit's getting like ruined because
By
you get
bad
people that
actors.
get in these positions of power and then like they get some money and they ruin things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
But thanks for ruining this.
That was like one of the main things too that I was like when you have organizations like this and it's just like, oh yeah, there's gonna be some bad shit that comes out. It's just like, who can you trust? It comes to at certain points where it's just like I said, obviously none of us are disabled, but like, imagine if like, JJ's missing a hand, or Devin, has like a disability where like he can't move his thumb or something like that. Just something like that. And so to have like an organization that's like, hey, we're here to look out for you. I mean, AbleGamers is the reason why we have those adaptive controllers, because they want to, they were like, hey, we need something for these people. So like when you have this kind of stuff, it's just like, damn, it's not like there's a lot of organizations out there. So when you have things like this happening and it could like kill that sort of movement a little bit, yeah,
It's like, why are you guys letting me asshole?
But and I think the reason, like I said, the reason I was bringing it up is that this is happening too much. It's just like, it's so like, there's too many people now that have gotten in power in spots or high up in certain organizations or whatever. It's just like, I'm like, does there need to be like some kind of like, I don't know, background checks now or something? I mean, I don't know, but yeah, I just think.
You'd think.
Yeah, I just think it's just, it kind of, it just sucks, like when you think about, because we need more stuff like that that's gonna look out for people who who can't look out for themselves. But oh well, let's move to something lighter now. JJ, you were mentioning Fortnite earlier.
Fortnite. We like Fortnite.
So they recently added Darth Vader, but not just Darth Vader. It's an AI-powered Darth Vader using James Earl Jones' voice, too. Obviously powered through AI. I saw a lot of people getting pissed off, like, "Oh, this is like gross. Why are they using James Earl Jones' voice?" But I found out actually he like signed his voice over to an AI company because he was like, "Hey, after I'm gone, like I should still be the voice of Darth Vader."
Yeah, like, dude, I'm Darth Vader forever.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he
like
like
how different actors like feel that way, because like I know Robert Downey Jr. has like lawyer setup to where it's like you fucking can't touch his voice like afterwards. So it's just like, it's kind of funny how different actors take different approaches to their voices and their likeness.
I mean, he's literally was literally, rest in peace, James Earl Jones, but he was literally the voice of that character for like almost 50 years. You know, the original movie came out in 1977. Like, we're 2 years away from the 50th anniversary of that franchise. So he voiced that character for so. Because the thing is, it wasn't he just like, oh, he voiced the character for the first 3 movies, you know, and that was it. These aren't just some movies that came out nearly 50 years ago, you know, 47 years ago, whatever it is. They're movies that became a franchise that has endured for these past near 50 years, to the point where he voiced it in other things. Like, you know, he did the voice of Darth Vader in that Rogue One movie. I just watched it recently, actually.
And it's funny, I literally watched that today.
Yeah.
Like,
but you could tell like he's old, you know, in that he sounds old. That's why they started using because he did the voice in the Obi-Wan show, but they use like AI to like make him sound younger.
Yeah, he did Obi-Wan. Obviously, he was Darth Vader in Skywalker, Rogue One, Rebels.
Probably in a bunch of video games too.
Yeah.
No, I forgot the name of the actor.
Oh, really?
That does his voice for like video games. He doesn't do it.
I'm looking at the IMDb. I'm like, I don't see the games. I don't see Jedi Survivor and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they might start using it. They might start using the AI of his voice now in video games and everything. So, but yeah, that's not why That's not why we're talking about this, though. The reason we're talking about this is because it is AI driven. So it's a thing of where you can interact with Darth Vader. You can ask him questions, talk with him, and stuff. So when did it was May? He came out like what 2-3 days ago or something.
It's
May 18th. It was Friday. So
yeah, it's Friday.
Just I don't know if they've done anything to update to fix these things. These we'll call them issues, but again, it's only been out for a couple days, but so far, what the AI Darth Vader has done is he swore, you know, he said fuck, a few things like that. He said multiple slurs, and I've seen the videos. Threatened to kill someone in real life. Said, fuck. Said Pride Month is for the delusional. Eliminated players on the same side as him for calling him daddy. Said Spanish is a language used by smugglers. I've seen that video. It's pretty hilarious. Asked someone if they like Chun-Li's ass. And made a tier list of races.
I think all that shit was all that crazy stuff.
That all happened like on Friday or something. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
I feel like they should have probably done some more testing on that because I feel like that went about as
expected.
Well as
yeah,
I would have expected.
Like, dude, like your little kids don't play this game, bro. Everybody knows little kids don't just play this game.
I mean, like, so I've seen some of the videos, and yeah, they are just what you think. They're him saying words that obviously some I can't repeat. And yeah, he's, you know, the one where he's talking about Spanish is hilarious. He's like, Spanish, you say, or something. That sounds like a language that would be great for smuggling or something. I'm like, oh my god. Like, yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously, like, that's not like what we're, but like in Star Wars they use like different languages, and like the smugglers and stuff have like accents and shit like that. So like, I don't know, it like makes sense like if you're in the context of Star Wars and like this Darth Vader AI that you created, like it makes sense that he like that's a bug that's in the system. Like of course that's like what he's gonna say. Like no shit. Like
I like the one where he makes the list of like the tier for races and why, you know, he says, yeah, of course he said white is the top tier race. And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, this is a real thing that happened. You're getting Darth Vader saying the N-word. You're getting to hear him say a certain slur for homosexual people and things like that. and it's just amazing. And like you said, Devin, like it's going about just how you would think it would go. Like, this is the internet, people. Like, you know, it's an online video game, but it's still the internet. What do people do when they get a hold of something that should be pure?
Try to ruin it.
They try to ruin it and make it impure. And I'm just, yeah.
Dude, was it? Was it? We seen it with Black Ops fucking calling cards, bro. I mean,
Oh my god, yeah.
And it took somebody like not even 5 minutes to make the first penis on fucking Call of Duty.
I mean,
Like,
Or people are doing
that was
swastikas.
swastikas and stuff.
Yeah, some racist shit.
There was
Like,
some
you didn't think-
racist shit. I saw so many, like, that had, like, you know, Ku Klux Klan, you know, people, or lynchings and stuff like that. Yeah, no. If you
We can't have nice things.
Yeah, if you give people the ability to make something extremely racist or bigoted or whatever,
Or the
just-
ability to have a penis on it.
yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Is like Epic should have known this is what's gonna happen. Like, no shit, this is what happened. But yeah,
It was just what they wanted to happen.
or exactly, this is what they wanted to
For
happen.
publicity.
Man.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll be like, "Oh shit, we fixed it. We fixed it. But now go ahead and enjoy your AI Darth Vader." I love
Sick son of a bitch.
one of the videos I saw was like some chick was like, "Vader, can you Riz me up?" And he's like, "Riz, is this some sort of force ability? If it is, then I am I am the master at Riz," or some shit like that. It's pretty funny.
I think he made like she made Darth Vader call her Pookie the rest of the game.
Oh god.
Like, yes, Pookie. Like, there's something.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, like the actual way it's supposed to be, like kind of like funny jokes like that. I think so. I saw somebody talking about how, do you like sand? Some shit. And he hated it. I hate it.
I'd have been like, do you like the heat?
They talked about Tatooine. And he said that he hated the planet.
I know, but like, I don't know, like the heat of like, I don't know, do you like lava? What's your opinion on lava?
Oh
no,
god.
no, there's sometimes you piss him off, he leaves your fucking group and tries to kill you.
Yeah, no, apparently, according to that list that I read out, people were calling him daddy, and so he started to kill them. I mean, one of them was that he's threatening to kill people in real life. I'm like, what? I haven't seen any video of that. That I'm like, what does that entail? Like, what was that? What was happening there? But yeah,
Maybe he threatened Padme. Maybe they threatened Padme.
maybe.
And they probably asked him how's lava taste, bro.
God. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be like, I think Obi-Wan's better. Like,
Damn. That would be hilarious. You know, if it's still in there, maybe I might download Fortnite to try and check that out. I might want to see.
well, like I would want to just like chat with the Darth Vader AI without having to like be on my team, you know? Like, can I just have Darth
I
Vader
think
be my AI?
You would join your team and he's there like the whole game until either he dies or there.
I just want
I
to.
think-
Can I just replace my Siri with that?
Right? Okay, instead of Siri, can I get a Darth Vader? Like,
Dude, that'd be nuts as shit, bro. Imagine that. Just fucking how people just buy that shit or if that update happens. Fucking crazy. Because I think they also released the Darth Jar Jar skin as well on Fortnite. Yeah, so yeah, your boy got it. No big deal.
I
Play
had to
Fortnite,
mute
I
right
read.
now. I had to mute right now. I have a new cat, and
Oh, we heard it. I heard the little bitty meows.
Yeah,
And I threw
it
meows.
is-
I'm like, that's your fucking dog. You got the wrong animal, dog.
yeah, I don't know why my family got a cat when we have a dog. Like,
Okay,
that was a
what
What
very
you guys turn into fucking? You guys are turning into like an animal farm over there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and move to the next thing. All right. Let's move to something super exciting and not as maybe it might be racist. It's Netflix. All right, so the Gears of War movie. It looks like it's, I think, did we talk about it last week or 2 weeks ago where we were just like, is it even gonna happen? Well, it looks like it is getting closer and closer to happening because they just. Well, he was in talks. Is it confirmed that he's tapped to direct the movie now?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty. Like in talks. I feel like it's pretty
much confirmed.
Yeah.
So I think it's David Leitch. I'm gonna say it's David Leitch. He's been tapped. We'll say we'll just say he's the one in talks to direct the Gears of War movie for Netflix. They also got John Spates, the guy who wrote the Dune movies. He's going to be writing the script, apparently. As for John Leitch, or David Leitch, the movies he directed he co-directed John Wick 1. But
never heard of it.
Yeah. Obviously, Chad Stahelski is the guy who is the one who is known as directing the first John Wick movie, or just the John Wick movies in general, right? But for what he's actually directed, David Leitch, is Deadpool 2, Bullet Train, Atomic Blonde, The Fall Guy, right?
Yeah.
All those movies are, I don't really hear a lot of bad things about them. I mean, Deadpool 2 to me is like the best Deadpool movie. I love Deadpool 2. As much as I love like Deadpool and Wolverine, there's not really like anything in there aside from the action. Deadpool 2 has like a pretty good story with the action and everything. Obviously, I don't think he wrote Deadpool 2, but like, yeah. So this has me hopeful that we're gonna get a good Gears of War movie. I mean, they got the guy John Spates, the guy who wrote the Dune movies, wrote the script anyway, to write the script for Gears of War. So I don't know if I should be.
I think it's a good pick. I mean, like, he's got a good track record, and I'm excited.
I'm excited. I'm being cautiously optimistic because it is Netflix. Netflix has a tendency to not like they put out a lot of stuff. A lot of it's not great. They have good things here and there. They have good things here and there, but it's not always the best. So, but with these two guys that they're getting to do, the script and the
we'll just
direction.
Be cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna adapt the first game, right? Like that.
Yeah, I would assume so. And I don't know, maybe they'll throw some flashbacks with Gears E-Day in there.
Maybe.
But that would be my assumption as well.
Or maybe they do. Maybe that's the movie. Maybe Gears of War E-Day is the basis for the first movie.
I'd rather them not do that. Just because, like, I don't know. The whole, like, I mean, with Gears of War, like, the whole focus is supposed to be around, like, the COG. Like, obviously, everyone knows there was the pre-war, but I don't know. When everyone thinks of Gears of War, it's the Gears of War and the Locusts. So I think if you had a movie and the Locusts weren't the main thing, I feel like some people might be like, what the fuck is this?
JJ, what about you? Are you going to be cautiously optimistic, or are you still just like, it's Netflix, they don't know what the fuck they're doing?
Yeah, the thing is, like, there's a few movies or shows that were good on Netflix, but yeah, like you said, there is a lot of dog shit. from
Oh,
them.
that's putting it nicely. A lot of dog shit. It's like a mostly dog shit. I mean,
Yeah, so like I really hope like you can't fuck it, brother. It's just right there, bro. Like I said every time, the game's right there. Don't come with this bullshit.
yeah, I made a video on the channel. I'm thinking they're gonna do the first game, and then like, I mean, you know, there was some stuff hinted. That's why I think they're getting someone to write the script that, you know, they clearly made something that was well received. That okay, if they're gonna add more to the story, they want someone who hopefully can make it good. And I'm thinking that they'll do, because like in the first game, you know, you hear Dom saying like, I'm looking for someone, but as far as I remember, he didn't say that he was looking for his wife, right? He just said that he's looking for someone. So that doesn't get expanded on until the second game, that he's looking for his woman. At least as far as I remember. I could be wrong on that one. But then also too, like, you know that something happened with Marcus, and he was arrested and put in jail and all, or prison and all that stuff, but they don't really expand on that. They might want to do that in the movie. I'm not too sure though.
Yeah, and that's like I'm like you could do flashbacks and show some E-Day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's why I'm thinking they're getting who they're getting, because yeah, if you do the first game just 1-on-1, I mean it works, but I mean, if they want to make this a franchise where they're going to make a second movie, a third movie, and obviously because they're supposed to be the animated show and all that stuff, like, you're going to want to, the stuff that was in the later games, you're probably going to want to go ahead and lay the foundation a little bit better than just, oh, I'm looking for someone. Oh yeah, he got arrested, or he went to prison for something he did, like stuff like that. But yeah, but that's the fuck. We probably still won't be getting this thing for like another like 3-4 years, huh?
Yeah, for like 6
Yeah.
episodes or something like that. Yeah, that'd be sick.
No, it's a
movie.
movie.
Oh yeah, never mind. Thank God.
No.
I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the animated show, yeah, probably a while away. I mean, yeah, because like obviously now you're finally getting your director, so then you can start casting. So, yeah, I mean,
I wonder who
just for the love of
who
God,
they'll
just
get,
greenlight it.
like who they'll get to play the
Just keep it
characters.
going.
They
They
have to
better fucking get Lester Spate.
He's too old. I
know.
It's something
Yeah.
that I said in my video. Like, if they want to make this a franchise that's going forward, they have to get young people.
Yeah.
If this would have been 10 years ago, you can't get anyone else. You have to get Lester Spate to play Cole. And the motherfucker not only voiced him, looks like the character. You know, he's a big dude. But this isn't 10 years ago. This is now, and I don't know how old Lester Spate is. But if you're gonna carry this forward,
You
as
know, they're
like,
probably gonna fucking cast as Lester Spate. Calling it right now. If they want to, like, if they're gonna be like big swing, and he's not gonna be big, but they'll probably cast Michael B. Jordan, just because he's like the biggest actor. I feel like right now, like I feel like he's just being cast in, like, I don't know,
to play Cole.
everything.
Damn. You know what's funny though? Because he did voice what's his name, right? In Michael B. Jordan voiced, fuck, what's the name of that character in Gears 3? The other black character, Jesus Christ. He voiced him, Michael B. Jordan. That's actually, that would be kind of hilarious if he ended up playing Cole in the movie, just because he did voice a character already in the Gears universe, or the games anyway.
So that's my prediction right now.
I mean, yeah, like I said, you want to go for some younger actors. Michael B. Jordan's probably what, 30, mid-30s?
35. He's probably 35.
He's 38. Still,
Yeah,
38's
close.
not bad. You could have him for
Yeah.
another
Like he doesn't look
10 to
38,
15 years. You could have him for another 10 to 15 years to do 3 movies and maybe have him voice Cole on the show or something. But you can't get Lester Spate. That dude is 61. Okay. All right, let's move to this last thing.
Hashtag not my culture.
Hashtag not my culture. All right, then. This one is by far the biggest thing this week and the most fun.
Is it your gut?
Yes, exactly.
Ooh.
So we talked about it a little, I alluded to it earlier in the podcast. Bungie releasing a game called Marathon, their extraction shooter, yada yada yada. It had its alpha. I don't remember if it's still ongoing or stopped or when it happened. All I know is that it wasn't well received. People played it and said it was fine. Kind of generic. Wasn't anything to write home about. Whatever. The thing that Marathon had going for it was its look. Everyone praised the art of the game, how it looked, the visual aesthetic, everything. Yeah, that's out the window now. On May 15th, a Twitter user by the name of Anti-Real, I guess I'll say it, posted this. It's a few tweets, so I'll just read them. The Marathon Alpha released recently, and its environments are covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017. Bungie is, of course, not obligated to hire me when making a game that draws overwhelmingly from the same design language I have refined for the last decade. But clearly my work was good enough to pillage for ideas and plaster all over their game without pay or attribution. I don't have the resources nor the energy to spare to pursue this legally, but I have lost count of the number of times a major company has deemed it easier to pay a designer to imitate or steal my work than to write me an email. In 10 years, I have never made a consistent income from this work, and I am tired of designers from huge companies mood boarding. I don't know what mood boarding means. And parasitizing. I don't think that's a word. Parasitizing my designs while I struggle to make a living. So that was May 15th. She calls out Bungie. She even added Bungie and Joseph Cross. I guess this was the designer, I think. Yeah, art director for Marathon. Later that day, their Twitter account for Marathon, it's Marathon dev team, so the development team or whatever, they put out their own tweet and admitted to it. So here's their tweets. We immediately investigated a concern regarding unauthorized use of artist decals in Marathon and confirmed that a former Bungie artist included these in a texture sheet that was ultimately used in-game. This issue was unknown by our existing art team, and we are still reviewing how this oversight occurred. We take matters like this very seriously. We have reached out to Anti-Real to discuss this issue and are committed to do right by the artist. As a matter of policy, we do not use the work of artists without their permission. To prevent similar issues in the future, we are conducting a thorough review of our in-game assets, specifically those done by the former Bungie artist, and implementing stricter checks to document all artist contributions. We value the creativity and dedication of all artists who contribute to our games, and we are committed to doing right by them. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. So, yeah, they admitted that there were stolen assets. But it wasn't just art. Somebody put out a tweet of I guess the Anti-Real, she also does music. She has a SoundCloud account. They straight up used the musical style of her work. Just straight up. I haven't really listened to it. I mean, I wouldn't know what the alpha or what was using the alpha for Marathon anyway. But yeah, then there's been like reports since then that the leadership in Bungie basically has just been ignoring the devs' warnings for a while now. They had some marketing plans for June. That's being scrapped. No, they were gonna have a trailer, open beta, and everything. The game's still supposedly coming out this year, September, right? I said earlier.
I think so.
It's a rumor.
Now I've seen people talking online that like they need to delay this game to change the way it looks, or to straight up cancel the game. None of that's happening. At this point, this is what the game's going to look like. However they do, whatever they do to change anything when it comes to the stolen art is whatever they're going to do. But this is what the game's going to look like. As for canceling it, at this point in development, they've sunk way too much money into it to just straight up cancel it. So none of that's happening. But yeah, this has been because the thing is, the reason this has even been like a worse look for Bungie, this isn't the first time that it's happened when it comes to stealing art. There's been a few instances with Destiny where there was stolen art used. And the funniest thing to me is every time that it's happened, Bungie has come out, oh yeah, it was like a former artist. We didn't know this happened. Like, yeah, this person's not with the company anymore. It's like,
yeah,
really?
I was watching.
They're just like, sorry, we got caught.
Yeah, I think that's like, I was watching Much Critical, like how convenient that it's always a former employee that did it, right?
Always a former employee. It's always.
And then what the funny thing was too, I think people found out that a lot of the Bungie artists actually follow that artist.
Yeah, the
so
anti-real.
No, anti-real chick.
A lot of them
you already know,
her.
like okay, that's a weird winky dink that you guys stole her art, and a lot of your artists kind of follow her as well for that.
That's why, like, this is more my opinion kind of stuff, but like, I watched a video by a guy who does a lot of Destiny lore stuff called My Name Is Bife. He did a video on this, and he was talking about like, oh, how we got to feel bad for the Bungie employees because they're taking a lot of flack for this. And I'm like, no, like, maybe if this was like the one time, and yeah, like, oh yeah, clearly this one artist did this and yada yada yada, but like you said, a lot of them follow anti-real, and Bungie has a history of this. Like, at some point we can't just be like, oh man, sucks for the employees that knew nothing about this. Like, are we sure they didn't know anything about it? Or maybe they just don't care and they're just stealing art, thinking, yeah, they can get away with it. Oh, and like Devin said, oh, yeah, sorry, we got caught this time. But they've been getting caught left and right.
But dude, like, that art is literally like spit the same. It's like they didn't even try to change it at all. They changed one fucking art and they just like inverted it upside down. That's all they did. Everything else is just literally the same. Has the same text from our artwork. They even I think they changed one color for it to be like a different shade of green, where it was kind of made the words almost unreadable, but you can still see the words are still there. They just copy pasted everything on the artwork.
Let me see if I can.
It's like that meme. It's like can you like copy my homework, or whatever, but don't make it too obvious or whatever. But they didn't even follow that point.
Yeah, those are the only two things that they did, like that little effort to flip that thing upside down and change the color. Everything else is literally just slap that bitch on the game. Like, there you go, done.
But what makes it more like egregious, like, oh, that they just straight up stole the art, was that like she put a tweet that's saying she hid loss. It's a meme. You'd have to look it up. But like she said, I hid loss in my design 6 years ago and nobody caught on. And then like somebody tweeted at her that it was in the game, like on the art, actually in the game. So the thing that she was using as like a Easter egg / signature was straight up in the game. So they didn't even like try to like, oh yeah, we'll just copy it or whatever. Like, no, they just straight up took her art and put it in the game. Like, this was like not even trying to, do anything original. It was just, let's take this art, it looks good, We're going to use this design aesthetic and everything.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are defending Bungie on this issue too, which is actually fucking insane.
People have been calling the game Marathon Art Raiders. It's a play on
It's
the
the same
Arc
people who
Raiders.
defend billionaires for some fucking reason.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
So, I think it was 2 days ago. It was either 2 days ago or yesterday. They did a Play MA. That's what they called it. Bungie. You know, a live stream. You know, where you could ask questions. Man, it went about as you would expect. Like, that's all, like, everyone wanted to talk about, like, the questions. And even in the chat,
Kind of like when Nintendo, like, everyone's just spamming the chat, like, lower the price.
Yeah. In the chat, like, people are spamming plagiarism will make me God. It's a play on something in the Marathon game, something about escape will make me God or something like that. Yeah. It was a shit show. You know, and they did address it in the live stream, but they just, I mean, obviously the guy who was doing the live stream, who was going to answer questions, he's not going to say like, yeah, we fucked up and we did this, you know, there's not much we can do. He just tried to, like, you know, it's an unfortunate situation kind of thing. But
I talked to my PR about that.
yeah.
Besides, what would it do? Like, to try to make amends, just literally pay the chick. That's it. You know?
I mean, they've said that they're gonna compensate her, but it's just like, yeah, like, yeah, compensate her and all that stuff. But it's just like, you, again, like I said, you can't change the look of this game at this point. Like, this is what the game is going to look like.
Yeah.
Unless
like,
you're gonna delay it for another 2-3
like,
years.
You're gonna need to, like, compensate her a shit ton of money because your whole fucking game looks exactly like what she gave you.
Not even.
I'd be
she
like,
didn't give him anything. They stole it. That's the. Looks exactly.
I know, but it's like they're gonna say, like, we're gonna compensate her. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna fucking compensate me. Like, give me a shit ton of money.
Royalties, dude. At that point, like.
Yeah, it's. I've talked about this obviously in previous podcasts. I even talked about it in a video I made for the channel or whatever. The goodwill that Bungie has had, you know, from the Halo games has slowly been eroded these past, like, 5, 6, 7 years. You know, with Destiny. Even, I mean, you could even go back, like, to the first Destiny game. Like, it started eroding from that point. Because as much as, you know, people were playing it and everything, there was still a lot of, like, you know, hey, this game isn't what it should be or whatever it is.
Sucks.
Huh?
This game sucks.
No, nobody was really saying that. But people were like, hey, we need more. This isn't, you know, as the kids say, this isn't it. And yeah, they've done some stuff here and there, obviously, to, you know, try and win back some of that goodwill. But they just do a lot more to keep knocking it back down. And knocking it back down and knocking it back down. And then you have this game that obviously you need to have as much goodwill as possible. You need to have good PR, whatever you want to call it, to make sure this game doesn't flop in Marathon. You know, especially because it's not, you know, when Marathon first got announced, you know, there was a lot of excitement, but that excitement was, like, gone once it was like, oh, it's gonna be an extraction shooter. You know, it's not the Marathon from old. It's something new. Just Marathon in name. And so you have the alpha. And, oh, man, yeah. These last couple of months have not been great for the game, too. Because you have the alpha and people are like, yeah, this kind of sucks. It's not that great. The game looks awesome, but it doesn't. It's not what I would want to keep playing. And then yeah, the visual aesthetic of the game art is not even original. It's straight up stolen. Like, you know, they've just... It's been brutal for Bungie. For Marathon specifically. I think Marathon's DOA.
I think so too.
Like, they're gonna release it still, but I think this
shit ain't gonna last long.
Yeah, I think this just effectively killed the game. Because there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I'm not buying this shit. Because that's the other thing too. Like, this game costs like $40. We talked about this before. Like, if you're making we talked about it with Concord mainly, but like, you're making these games that are going to be live service based, and there's other games obviously in that genre. You're going to have to, like, this game should have been like free to play from the get go. And the fact that they were going to charge like $40-$50 for it was not good. Then people aren't enjoying it. Now you got this. Yeah, this game's fucked. Like, every which way you could think of. So, yeah, I don't know.
Good.
I mean, I said it before. You know, I've said it before on previous podcasts. I think this is the death. Like, this is the slow death of Bungie. Like, this game is dead on arrival. At some point, they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna stop supporting it. Maybe even completely take it offline. You only have Destiny, and you can only do so much before people are like completely done with that game. They're putting it back on life support with, you know, oh, we're gonna have a Star Wars themed DLC, but like, you can't do that all the time. Just, yeah, I think we're just getting more and more like death bells for Bungie, and
I just imagine like the wolf from the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish movie. He's just coming up to Bungie.
yeah,
You see like the little whistling. Like, here he comes.
I don't know. They've been making so many unpopular decisions. That's why when people say like, "Oh, Microsoft needs to get Bungie to do Halo again," I'm like, "Do you really want them to work on Halo again?" Because, yeah, I don't know. You guys got anything else?
Not
No.
on Bungie. I have a random little thing I forgot to tell you.
Oh, go ahead.
About, like, topic. It's just about Mortal Kombat. People hating the definitive edition.
Oh yeah,
Mortal Kombat 1.
because
Where
Yeah.
now it's like no more updates anymore after this game's released. They will never get an update again.
I mean,
They're salty
game-
about that.
didn't the game like not last very long in its, or not last, but like the player base like fell pretty hard.
Yeah, I thought that's what happened.
Yeah, that makes
And then-
sense. That they're just gonna be like, you know, we're just gonna move on to the next game, because it didn't seem like it was like
I thought it was
received
mid.
that well. I don't know. I saw
Yeah,
a lot
I
more
thought it
like,
got, like,
not
a
hate, but
mid.
yeah.
I thought it was like in the middle. Like it didn't really do anything crazy. Kind of like Mortal Kombat 9 or X or whatever.
Yeah. I saw a lot more like, yeah, people were just like, yeah, this game's not as good. The love for Mortal Kombat 1 was not really there, like it was for like Mortal Kombat 11 or Mortal Kombat 10 X, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know. It makes sense.
I think it feels like just the newer ones. Like once you get to the newer ones, it's just, well, what characters can the collab we can do, bro, with this game, you know?
That's
Feels like
probably,
those
yeah,
things are-
like them doing so many different collaborations instead of just trying to.
Like it's cool, but like it's just it can't just be the only fucking gimmick you guys have.
Yeah, they do too many like gimmick characters. They need to focus on their own stuff, I think. But I don't know. Okay then. So let's go ahead and end it right there. All right, what was it? I said 54, right? Yeah. So yeah, that was Gaming Chamber, episode 54. If you guys like what we do here, the stupidity we bring, all the nonsense that we are. Go ahead, like, sub, share, all that.
Crank
good.
hog tonight.
Yeah, crank hog tonight, apparently. Jesus Christ. I've been your host, Everett, a.k.a. Two Beasts to Kill You, a.k.a. the Beast with the least.
You suck.
JJ?
Grip it and rip it, right? As the best, as the best one say.
Devin?
It's good for your prostate, so grip it and rip it and crank some hog tonight, boys.
Jesus. Oh my God. And until next time, we'll catch you later.